And there was TK like, what do I pay you guys for? Yes. So fucking yes, dude. That was amazing. Okay. I have no idea what the hell he was doing, and neither did he. Oh. Ooh. I honest to God don't know what I just did. Like, I felt like I fumbled a controller, and then all of a sudden 2 dudes were dead. Yo, what? I just got past that guy. That's some bullshit. That shouldn't have happened at all. Yes, I can see it. You didn't need to do that. Hello, hello, hello. I've been getting a lot of stuff done today, so I kind of forgot like how long I was taking. So these do repeat because I remember the Mortals thing.
Time to uphold it then.
These all suck. Like, these all suck a shitload. I guess.
Thank the gods.
Artemis run. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Stand your guard, tread lightly.
I just missed some gold. I suppose that breaching skewer is not terrible. I've seen worse. We could use some more Artemis. If we're gonna go Artemis, then we need Artemis. Why the hell? I suppose that turned out okay, but the fucking boulder landed on a little bitch further away from the one I was actually targeting.
Let's hunt some dead.
Why does it do this?
Darkness.
There was genuinely nothing I could have done to encourage it more. No casting. Don't do it, idiot.
Hey, sir. You take good care of me.
What we get?
Brilliant.
1%.
Let's both.
Um,
All right.
so that means if I manage to throw a cast that does 400 damage, it'll add 4. I was not in range of that. Like, I saw where my foot was. I was outside of that circle.
We have an intruder. Every
Ooh,
time.
-7? It's pretty solid, actually.
Very nice.
When I saw that first hammer, I thought, man, that sucks. But, eh.
That's mine.
Ah, shit. Okay, if I wasn't on those spikes, then I damn sure wasn't in range of that boom. Support fire looks better than it is. Basically, when any of those arrows pops off and hits something, it does, like, I don't know, 12 damage. There's a lot of them. Nice targeting.
If you resisted,
There's a lot of them. But overall, you don't really get that much out of support fire. Like I always want it, but it's because like pressure points and support fire, it's one of those kinds of benefits that's just always useful no matter what you do. Like anything can change, and it doesn't matter. Support fire and pressure points are still beneficial. The same thing is true of stuff like Curse of Vengeance, or like you know, any of the boons that do damage when you receive damage. It doesn't matter what else changes. You can change everything else about the run, and those will still be useful. 1 second. Alright. No ding, no ding. Okay. What do I have? Really? Is it just support fire and deadly strike? I'll be honest, I think I'd prefer to put levels on support fire. Deadly strike, really the benefit there isn't how much raw damage it adds. The benefit there is more in the, like, it's more in the fact that it increases your crit rate. I heard. Oh, that's what I heard. Always gonna want side hustle. Same story. Side hustle is one of those boons. Like, you know, we've discussed the money aspect of it plenty. But, oh, come on, dude. But like, it's just one of those things that no matter what happens, it's always helpful. You know what? We'll go greatest reflex. The faster attacks is good. But it's not extra dash is good.
Thanatos? I am here.
Yeah.
Your father's. I'll make this quick. That's my plan. This won't end well for you. Good enough. Take a decent team. See.
I won't lie, if I get a replacement for oh my god, dude, the targeting is so bad. Whatever. If I get a replacement for attack on this, I'm gonna take it. Dash. So I thought I saw a flicker, but maybe I did, and it's just had nothing to do with anything.
More bone breakers.
The worst part about these in this area is that if you end up with hoppy bastards, then they'll just jump all over the goddamn place.
That's quite
Didn't happen. Minus 12. That was a lot of mans, so minus 12 is pretty good. And it's moving around based on the capture. So, this is kind of a funny choice because we've got Artemis, who is the hardest one to deal with, and Athena, who is the easiest one to deal with.
You're very kind.
Yeah, fuck it.
You choose one of my relatives.
She don't like this.
Holy Shield. So Holy Shield, like, it has the revenge damage, but completely ignore that. The more important thing about Holy Shield is that when you take damage, it briefly causes deflect. So basically, if I take, like, say a projectile and a string of projectiles hits me, the shield will reflect the projectiles behind it. Yeah, fair. It's not preferable because we still don't have side hustle, but could be worse, I guess.
I see you.
Not even I guess, it just objectively it could be worse. Where are you throwing shit, dude? Those are the ones that baffle me the most, is like, you know, there's nothing over there, right? Like, there's genuinely no fucking reason for you to target. Like, that was... Oh. Okay. Like, that was a forced target. It hard locked onto something south of here. And there was no enemies there. I was literally holding the direction of like my input in another direction, and it threw instead forcibly against my will at nothing. This fucking game, bruh. If y'all hear this vibe right here, some creepy ass orchestral shit, that's what I want. Sorry, Chaos.
Right on cue. Come on out. Done.
Now, see, I could have sworn that support fire would do its thing right there, but apparently not. Pretty sure this is the last stage of that. When you're fighting the Tuatha De Danann. Yeah, the Tuatha De Danann. Let that curdle in your brain for a moment. We cannot let the Tuatha De Danann die out.
Wretches,
Whatever the fuck. I'm pretty sure that that's an actual thing, but like, there's a lot of real weird, real terms in this world, man.
I expected more from the Exalted.
Butterflies better stay away from me.
So that'll only be a good decision, provided, of course, that I end up with more reasons to have the slicing shot. But I gotta say, that's lasting longer on the field than I thought it would. Infernal Trove. There's always a possibility that that'll have something useful in it. I don't agree. Oh, I could have sworn I interacted with that, but I guess not.
That is private property. Worthless.
Minus 14, it's not great.
Never enough of these back at the house. Stay dead. I can't. Olympus, I accept this message.
Just don't have pressure points yet, I don't think. But clean kill is definitely the way to go right now. Look, I will accept a trade for the trippy shot any fucking day of the week.
Want to die again?
Or premium vintage. Oh yeah, sorry. Not sorry, not sorry. I got no qualms with that, dude. It's just it's too fucking good. I ain't hear any ding, so I didn't look for it. I really, really, really hate that. Oh, fucking Demeter. All about that trippy shot. In most cases, I would classify Demeter's attacks as being just deeply bothersome. Not so much like not really genuinely threatening, but God, in certain circumstances, it really can be just such a shit. Like if the area that you have to play with is teeny tiny. Why are you still alive? Get out of here. Fatui. Like, look, marked is good. It is. The trouble is that like it's good under niche circumstances. Like it can be just bogglingly strong in some scenarios, but in most scenarios it's just not that big of a deal. It's like in that room, for instance, everything's gonna die immediately anyway. Like, the biggest issue for sure is going to be the fact that marked is only good if I'm attacking an enemy long enough for it to have been hit with a crit. And then for the enemies around it to also survive long enough for that to have like a genuine impact. Now, if there's multiple other enemies around that are all strong, then that's going to be really, really, really beneficial. But for the most part, what you're going to end up with is not that. You're going to end up with a situation where you've got one strong enemy and there is nothing to mark. Because for the most part, you got enemies that die at sort of in different intervals. Now, see, in this room, it would be amazing. But I was able to deal with that, you know, at a nominal speed anyway, and I probably took, like, what, 1 or 2 HP worth of poison damage. I went through the door, I was fully healed again. Where are you aiming, buddy? I got Crater Call right at the last possible moment. Piss off, game. 413, I don't quite have enough for the, oh, ding, where is it at? I see it. $235, I don't need extra HP. We'll take that, why not? You know, I realized after the fact that I didn't actually get poisoned. I was pretty sure I stepped in some goop. But apparently not.
Chat time, like, hungry. I'll pay for that.
See, especially at this point, because I can afford to do it, I really should be focusing on things that can help me against Hades. Not that I need more help against Hades at this point, I definitely don't. Everything is going to be A-okay, don't you worry about that. But, like, at the same time, it's one of those, like, if I can get added benefits, I do force myself to do all the tunnels, not necessarily because I need the extra benefits, but because I like combat.
No way.
I fucked that up real bad. It didn't really hurt me that much, though. I would have expected more damage out of that. Yeah.
Now for a chat with Silvers. Vigilant disturbers. I can go. One last bit of business to take care of then.
The heavens and the sea.
Something, something, heaven, see, I don't know.
Darkness.
I see that I have a greater call.
Deathless wretches, I compel you to fight. Darkness.
Oh.
Darkness.
Oops.
Get up.
Blast.
So high.
Bloop.
Ah, yes, my dear family thing of such help. This is for your own good.
You know what's funny is that this is second mix.
There's no match for you.
I genuinely, at first, my brain immediately took this in as, like, mall music from Dead Rising 2.
Sing at home. By my father's name.
Like, let's be real, if I didn't know this was from Beatmania second mix, this definitely could have been that.
Cold. And as is well known, there sadly is no cure for such a
Alright, I'm gonna look at the mirror real quick, and we're gonna give it a quick look and see if there's no, like, alterations I might want to make. Because it's been a while since I've put any thought into that.
Showed you that time, Father.
Come on in.
Here's all I caught.
I could also see this being some shopping music. Turns out I've got a lot of that shit.
I'll take it. Trade for these gemstones. Fair and square. Chthonic keys. I'll take that deal. Here's the gemstones.
This a little boutique-y, though. You wouldn't want to play this anywhere where somebody might get annoyed of, like, waiting on something. Because, like this in a waiting room or in an elevator, ooh, I think that this would annoy the shit out of somebody.
It's my humble privilege to achieve the rank of Wraith. Should check the garden.
I don't care about the garden. Ooh. It's weird because yesterday we did shield spear and now or spear shield and now we've done spear shield.
My reward.
Not a big fan, but we'll do what we can with it, I guess. Wait. Bish?
Disappear.
No boons so far, but we did get special right out of the gate, so... It's like, I tend not to count the thing that you start the game with, so like in this case we started off with Aphrodite's blessing. Um... 134. I think we'll just go ahead and go with this.
That's better.
Bruh. Okay.
It's that damn wretched sneak. Lady Aphrodite.
Ooh, that is fucking gross, actually. The good kind. It's the good kind of gross. Ocean's Bounty would probably be the best.
Uncle Poseidon.
Aside from that, we could get the attack title dash. This all actually sucks a bunch. Tempest Flourish on this shield is the worst. We're gonna get Poseidon's Aid, and I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Don't make me laugh.
The hope is to burn that off. I don't want it. Minus 19. Ugh.
There we go. The underworld's power.
Revolution to the Origin Part 1. I genuinely am not sure. Maybe that's Ruins? This kind of sounds more like the Forest, actually. Except, no, I remember sort of what that one's called. It's something about corrupted nature or some such. There's a lot of goons in this room, holy shit. Oh, wow.
Aren't you a sight? Hello, sir. You know, I think I'm growing more. Okay.
Move speed 9, that's pretty hot. That's a lot better than cast 1.
Should come in useful. Right up. Cheers. Please be Meg.
Honestly, this one's easier to shred with this shield than any of them are. Partly because of shit like that. But then she does stuff like this where she just actively follows. You know, like, look at this shit, dude. Like, I don't even have to think about it. She'll just, like, follow me at about the pace that my shield takes. Why me? Okay, I think that my dumb summon ended up level 2 already, but we can still get rid of it. Yeah, get out of here.
Nowhere to go but up.
So it's worth noting that when I see a nectar, it is 3 things now. Obviously, it's a nectar, but it's also a level up for a random boon, which is an aspect of the game that you unlock with, funny enough, other resources. But also, now it's extra HP, like max HP. So that's good. Explosive return or whatever it's called. That would be for the best. God, I hate this fucking thing, dude. Just, I hate all of the jumping around. It's just dumb. Whoop-de-doo on that, I guess. Alright, Dionysus is easier to deal with than Poseidon is. Yeah, actually, Tempest Strike on the shield is pretty hot. It does make managing enemies with, you know, basic pushing a little bit more difficult, but it pretty much guarantees that if you strike an enemy with your basic attack, they are going the fuck away. Bruh, this is what I'm talking about, though, when it comes to these hippity-hoppity fuckfaces, man. Like, they're, like, in this scenario, they're just dragging shit out. Look at this fucking garbage, dude! That took like 8 years too long because they wouldn't fucking stop jumping around like dickheads. Yeah, ice wine is a possibility, and that is the good shit.
Work it up, witches.
Mistral Dash is not terrible, honestly. Then again, I could also get, I don't remember what exactly the boon is called, but the dash variant for Aphrodite. I think Snowburst really is as good as it's gonna get here. Yeah, Chaos. Yeah, that's a no-brainer, really. Really, really.
Should be useful.
I'm honestly surprised that I just now used the Bull Rush alteration at Piercing Shot.
Got a frustration. Why must we always fight like this, Learning?
Yo, what's up, Kermie? How's it going? Eh. I know what you're thinking. That good, huh? What? I mean, you say that like someone needs to have a genuine thought process to beat up the Hydra. I mean, like, I'm just gonna chill. So what do you want to talk about? Genuinely, you do not need to have the brain turned on to fight the Hydra.
Trip light.
The game decided that I was going to start off with Aphrodite, and it immediately gave me Aphrodite Special, which is good for the shield. It's not the best thing for the shield special, but it's good. I got no need for that hammer. Like, the only thing that the hammer could give me that would be good is Explosive Return, and it's merely okay. Nice. If only it was like me being good at it still. Man, if you'd heard me back in the good old days. Back when I could fucking practice. I was thinking about it though, and like, remember I told you like villains' voices are like way hella more entertaining to do than like heroes' voices. But I did find an exception to that. Asura from Asura's Wrath is extremely fun to do. But that's probably because, like, his voice profile is sort of kind of like a villain. Like, he's just pissed off all the time. I don't know if you've been around for any Asura's Wrath streaming, or if you're, like, familiar with that one at all. That game is genuinely amazeballs. Have the walls, nerd. Not that you're aware of. It is fucking amazing. I don't need the hammer. It's gonna keep trying to give me the hammer. So Asura is voiced by Liam O'Brien, and I don't know if you know anything about Liam's voice history, but the man knows how to sound angry. We'll have to line you up some Asura's Wrath time. Like, I've been meaning to play through Asura's Wrath again for the longest time anyway, so it's not like I'd be going out of my way for it. It's so good. It's like, what if you took an anime and just made it a playable game? Like, it's literally that. Like, it even has, like, next time on Dragon Ball Z segments, and it even has, like, a segment where it's, like, essentially, like, this is where the commercial break would be. It's hot, dude. Like, it's so fucking good. Have some of that, bull man. Not my bursted bubble!
I guess I win this round.
Ah!
Hear me on my authority.
It's fine. I'm gonna have to go to the hospital for acute bubble injury. Whoa, 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 did you just accuse me of exaggerating? I'll see you in court, I guess? I don't know. Oh, I thought I had one more measure of juice. Have a wall.
How goes it this time, man? Everything fine?
I'd really like ice wine. Is there no water here? Yo, dude, there's a lot going on in this room.
Transgressions are not tolerated.
Come and get it.
Only minus 23 on Elysium is so good.
Mine now.
Well, there might have been. Genuinely, is there? There's nowhere to fish here. Okay. If you go down to like give up, like here, let me pause the music so you can hear it. So maybe. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I just need to remember not to cast. Oh yeah, well, I mean, when you interact with Dionysus, there's like a audience laughing or like a crowd. It's like supposed to be like a jubilant laughter of like a group of people. Did I interact? Well, yeah, I guess I did. I guess I did. Have a wall. Ha ha! God. It feels good when I sometimes accidentally make it look like I know what I'm doing here. I need more of that in my life, honestly. I'm real sad that there's only, like, a small number of those. I say 109 is a small number, considering I want a lot more than that. Wait. Hold on. You're definitely supposed to be showing the actual band name. There it goes. What the fuck? Fuck you. Why did it do that? Whatever. What was I doing? This. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing it.
Gentlemen.
Let us destroy the queen.
Go, Sisyphus. Here goes.
Ooh, did I do it? Ah, I thought I got them both in one. Oh, he just stopped right on top of it. Can I believe it's 2026? I can't believe I lived this long. Especially in this shithole of a country. Man. Can you believe people used to call this the land of the free? Bruh, what happened? Oh, I'm sure. In the home of the brave. Sure thing, Granddad. Well, back in my day, we fought all the wars, uphill both ways. Arr.
Maybe this way.
Ah, shit. It just ain't your cup of joe. I used to really love Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge. And I think like this was before EA. Well, okay. EA was a shitty company back then, but it wasn't nearly as like well known what a bunch of shit dicks they were then, like as it is now. This was also before I was at all aware what a shit company Blizzard is. But when I started learning how to get good at StarCraft, and I did some US competitions in StarCraft, I did some reevaluate. I thought he was done, bro. Like, I did some reevaluating of my taste for Red Alert 2, and I really when I went back to it. Like, it's funny because at first I was like, I really love how you can select infinity billion units all at once. But then when I went back to it, it kind of makes the game a little boring. Like, once you've learned how to manage different teams, you're using your hotkeys to assign groups and put them together and making it all work and planning out a bunch of shit and trying to do it as quickly as possible. And you go back to Red Alert 2 and it's just like, nah, just spam Rocketeers. Because while one Rocketeer ain't shit, 100 of them is fucking terrifying. And it's not hard to suddenly have 200 Rocketeers. Wait, which one? I cannot imagine trying to fuck around with StarCraft on a console. That sounds like a genuine... Like, that sounds like something that happens when you're being punished for something. Like, you didn't clean your room. I sentence you to StarCraft on console. Right, there is a 64 version. Oh, I forgot about that. Command and Conquer. Okay, that's fair. I don't know if there's a console version of Red Alert 2.
Change of plan.
Oh right, I don't have any fucking money. RTS on console always just confuses me from a concept standpoint, because it's like RTS is about making as many good decisions as you can as quickly as you can. Now granted, like, when you look at the StarCraft Pro League, there is less focus on good decisions and more focus on just making as many goddamn decisions as quickly as you possibly can. Because, like, just the overwhelming nature of it is the meta. Although, like, I gotta say, man, I have seen some truly stupid gameplay in the StarCraft Pro League. But, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I would know how to make better decisions, but I would never, ever, ever be able to keep up with their actions per minute. But at the same time, I know that their actions per minute, like, a lot of it, especially early game, is just them, like, moving things repeatedly for no reason, just so that their APM looks high. StarCraft is more like Warcraft. You can only in Warcraft original, I think you can only select 6 units at a time. And in Warcraft 2 you can select 9. And then in StarCraft you can select 12. And like there's like, you know, big old tech trees just like any decent RTS, but fuck Blizzard, but I have to be honest about StarCraft. StarCraft is a genuinely well-designed game where, like, what you do with your economy makes all the fucking difference. You're shit at it? Oh, yeah, that's fair. RTS is one of those things where you have to, like, really hyper-focus on, like, wanting to learn to get better at it, or it's just not gonna happen. Like, funny enough, in my early RTS days, I basically just cheated a lot. Not necessarily because I wanted to cheat to win, but because I thought the games were funnier, or, like, more entertaining when you just kind of screw with it. And turns out, sometimes you accidentally learn things when you do stuff like that. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how accurate what I'm saying would be to the console experience either. Trap kill. Some game types just don't jibe with everybody, though, you know what I mean? Like, as much as, like, I mean, we've discussed, like, you know, God Hand comes up fucking regularly, but, like, God Hand is one of those games where, like, as much as I loved it, and I did, don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of people that I know that I would recommend God Hand to. Because it's too technical for a lot of people to want to. Because, like, it's one of those games where you don't just dive in and you just know stuff already. It's one of those kinds of games where you have to, like, really dedicate it. It's not even just that it's expensive. Well, let's say that you could get it for free right now. I still wouldn't necessarily suggest that you get it. And it's just because, like, it's a character action game with a high focus on combat that does have a fairly unique method of control. And on top of that, like, it's just deeply, deeply, deeply technical. And it's one of those games that will kill you like a dozen times in the very first segment. And unless you, like, really want to be kicked in the nuts repeatedly, maybe not. But, like, it definitely is one of those games where it's like, unless you've got hundreds of hours to dedicate into, like, pounding your head into a brick wall until it starts to chip, then, it's a lot of fucking work. Oh yeah, for sure. I like, look, because of all of the work I've put into God Hand, I do tend to understand action games more quickly than the average bear, sure. But, like, action games are just like that. In order to get good, you have to put in a shitload of work. I mean, I had 18,000 hours in God Hand, so... And that was only since I started tracking that shit. And I would still say that that might not necessarily be a lot for God Hand. That's why there's so many God Hand cheaters, man, is because, like, the kind of work you need to put into that game to get, like, actually good is genuinely intense. And, like, I understand that, like, you know, people got lives and shit, you know? I am a rare exception. I'm a house husband. I have time to practice. Not everybody has that, and I get that shit. But that doesn't make it not pathetic when people cheat. So, and like it's one thing to cheat for your own shits and giggles. It's another thing to cheat when and then try to pretend like, ooh, I achieved the big strong man thing. It's fucking irritating. Oh, speaking of, I had that whiny bitch trying to message me on speedrun.com. Or maybe he stopped because I locked the thread. I just assumed he was going to make another one. Oh yeah, I watch a lot. I actually moderate a few speedrun.com leaderboards, so a lot of people watch those, you know, speedrunner caught cheating. A lot of people watch those videos for the drums. I watch them so that I can, like, be aware of ways that people have been caught. Because that way I know to look out for that shit. And yeah, I've seen a lot of those.
The diamond, please.
It's so fucking, it's just so pathetic how many people cheat. And like, look, oh, right, I was gonna check the mirror. Hold on. The most embarrassing thing about it is that, like, in reality, for the most part, you're not going to get anything out of, like, even if you're a world record holder, unless you're the world record holder in, like, one of the most popular games of all time, there's a pretty good chance no one's gonna give a shit. Okay, so striking from behind 10% versus undamaged foes. Yeah, striking from behind, yes. Okay, so 3 HP regen when I clear a room. Nah. Oh yeah, Stubborn Defiance, I remember that shit. Nah. I think this is probably already what I want. Right, yeah. I really do prefer Stygian Soul. I'm pretty sure, right, so 100 versus 15%, but the truth of the matter is that if you gain more than 100 gold over the course of a run in terms of 15%, then it's worth more. With a DDR dance pad. I have a dance pad inbound right meow. %. Jesus, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be using the same setup that I already had. Right meow. Meow! Stop giving me the fucking spear!
Well, time to go get killed again.
Ah, boo hiss. Meow!
Speed's due for a little maintenance. Get out of my way.
The spear, I think, is overpowered. Gee, I wonder whatever gave me that idea.
Veiled in darkness. Try me. The code.
I kind of figured I was going to eat those spikes, but it's fine.
Should be useful.
Oh, there are people that don't understand at all why PCSX2 is not allowed on speedruns, and instead of just accepting that there might be a reason for it, they become whiny little bitches and demand that you enable their pirating tendencies. And it's really fucking annoying. The short version, like probably the shortest amount of information that you'd need is PCSX2 is a PlayStation 2 quote-unquote emulator, and I say it like that because it's not actually an emulator, it's a game engine. Putting that away, all you really need to know is that it doesn't play games quite accurately. It's nice to have if you're playing a game casually, but when you get into the realm of speedrunning, the most important detail is whether or not things are even, because that's how fair competition happens. If things aren't even, then shit gets fucked up. But, people feel entitled and demand that you enable them whether or not it makes sense. Oh yeah, this is definitely a chaos moment. It all stems from just a massive amount of ignorance and stupidity. Like, anyone trying to make a genuine argument that it's fine and that we should be able to use it anyway just genuinely do not understand what they're talking about. Like I said, PCSX2 is a game engine, not an emulator, and the difference between those two things is that an emulator genuinely tries to imitate real hardware. PCSX2 doesn't try to do that, it just tries to run the games. There is not, like, a really emphasized effort on making it genuinely behave like a PlayStation 2. They specifically want it to perform better than that. Heavy air quotes. Please give me a boon. I need something on my normal attack, and that would be fun. But what's more is... last time that I counted there to be over 6,000 different nightly builds that I could download at the moment that I checked. Over 6,000 nightly builds. So, even if I wanted to say, sure, yeah, it's fine, we can go ahead and we can do that. We can allow emulators, but we need to figure out which one is allowed and which one isn't. Okay, well, we've got a fucking problem. Because there's 6,000 builds. I would have to try to figure out which one is the most accurate. And even if I went through all of that work, how do I know you specifically aren't using one of the other of 6,000 builds? Right, yeah, there's no way to even say what's the most accurate setup for it. There's no way to balance that at all. None. There's no fucking way to do that. Anyways, it's a giant pain in the ass, and I hate people. There's a reason that I've just, like, not really been doing any speedrunning for a while, and it's just because, like, I don't want to have anything to do with these fucking people anymore. Well, even if I said that, I'd have no way of knowing which build they're using, or if they are using one of the nightly builds. The problem is that there's too many variants of it available. And another problem is that people very much lean on the emulator to help them cheat, because there is a fork called PCSX2RR, and that is basically it's a PCSX2 build that has tool assist options on it.
Let me have it.
Yeah, buddy. It's literally impossible to balance out, but, like, look, these people don't give a shit about whether or not what they're asking for is fair. All they care about is whether or not it benefits them, which shows that they don't really give a shit about the competitive aspect of speedrunning. They mostly just want to do it to jerk themselves off, and I've got no interest in that. I don't want to have anything to do with that. It's so fucking lame. Right, but I still wouldn't be able to prove which one you're using. How do I know you're following that rule? Like, there's other communities where they have, like, rules about, like, what emulators you can, like, what emulator versions you can and can't use. Like, there's an issue, I believe it's with one of the ZSNES builds, that's just, like, that series of ZSNES builds just moves faster than it should. But, like, I'm not an expert on the SNES. I don't know that much about it, so, like, when people want to, like, make arguments about what will and won't work on that, I'm not the expert there. So I just defer to people that know what the hell they're talking about. But in the PlayStation 2's case, I know. And the emulator thing, it's not accurate, it's not useful, it's not usable, it's not viable, and people need to shut the fuck up about it. But it's not even just that they make arguments for using it, it's that they're cocks about it. That was hot. Urge to kill, please.
It's me or them.
For real. Did I hear something else open in here? I didn't. Yeah, it's just been a long running issue. And like people are too stupid to ask for like the alternate like there are alternate options for ways to play games on real hardware. It doesn't involve needing to buy a $300 copy of God Hand, for instance. Like, the hard drive setup exists, you know? It's not like secret CIA technology. It's very, very available these days. Indeed. Like, I think if I do start speedrunning again, like, what I've been thinking about recently is that I do like going fast, but I mostly just like going fast against my own times. I don't really like getting involved with other people, because eventually this kind of shit happens. where like I end up having to deal with people that I would very much just prefer would be airlocked out into space. And it brings the whole shit down. Bruh.
Flame wheels.
I guess that wouldn't be too terribly different from that section in Sonic Mania where you have to win a game of Mean Bean against Robotnik.
That's better.
That was ill-advised.
How did you not get blown up there? That was genuine bullshit. Like, he was very much in the boom. There were a few Mega Mans in the backlog, but... like, Mega Man X Command Mission is very, very bad. And I had Mega Man X Collections in the list, but it is below resolution when you're actually trying to play the games. I already knew that was, oh my god, quick spin, massive spin. This is officially broke right the fuck off.
I'll just take this one.
Please give me a boon. That's not what I meant, but whatever. Ah! Yeah, hurdy-gurdy is below res. Unfortunately, I'm very familiar.
Come on, Troy.
Slowly. Gangway.
Yeah, it's my list. I'm pretty sure I told Bunga about all of them once.
Well done.
There's really not that many PlayStation 2 games, at least that I went through, that are below res, but we mentioned before that there are different gaming companies that I refuse to have anything to do with, and as a result, there's probably some games on the PlayStation 2 that are below res that are not in my list. Yeah, we probably did. I believe the conversation was about Transurf H3O or some shit. Because that one is also below res. To be fair, I wasn't exactly hype on that game to begin with. I wasn't like, oh no, I can't play Transurf H3O. What a horrible outcome.
Peace and quiet.
Dude, the fact that you can dash with those spins is absolute nonsense.
How foolhardy of me. Worthless wretches.
Minus 13 is pretty good, actually. Basic attack, please. Thank you. That's what we needed. Now I have a big, swirly ice blade. Well, if you really want something absurdly interesting for the PlayStation 2, you need to be looking at Project Deluge. Oh, I don't agree with that at all. What? But yeah, Project Deluge was this massive project of people collecting like pre-release versions of games and put them all in a giant collection. Like, you can just go to Project Deluge on the web and boom, there's just a shitload of like pre-release version. Like, there's a July 2006 version of God Hand that is deeply incomplete and extremely weird. And there's a lot of stuff in there. Like, there's a whole like spread of different versions of Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, for instance. Yo, it's my boy Dex. There's no boons here. What the fuck, game? What the fuck, man? A fortune cookie. It's just weird to have like such a low boon count across the entirety of the run. Like, I obviously don't need it, but like it's really annoying when like almost none show up. I mean, I've got the best Hephaestus combo that the spear can have, so I am not like in pain. Gotta say, electric special for spear sounds like one of the most useless possible things. Why you numbing me? Alright, sure. That do sound quite nice. Erg. Sure, why not?
The strength of the centaurs.
I definitely don't need hit points.
Let's see what's in here. Just the foul side. How about another?
Yeah.
This one, I guess. What's this?
Nah.
What sort of terrible snake stone is that?
Worth it. It genuinely keeps fucking showing up with question marks. That's so annoying. What the hell? I need to find a way to make it not do that. Let's see. Okay. That might have fixed the problem. I hope that that fixed the problem.
Let's try. It's no use.
Certainly, like, if it's been showing fucking question marks in all the Japanese tracks this whole time, that's really annoying. Sometimes I watch my old streams when I'm going to bed. Not because I'm, like, narcissistic or anything, I am not my biggest fan, but I find it easiest to go to bed when I've got something like it's easier to fall asleep when there's something on the screen that I don't really like, something that's on the screen that I don't need to really watch or listen to. Like, I don't know, like it's there, but it's just sort of passively there. Does that make any sense? No. Anyway. So if I look back at that and notice, like, oh yeah, it's just constantly showing the wrong thing, that's gonna be really annoying. It's either my streams or Taskmaster. I've got a shitload of Taskmaster put on an external hard drive, and I just plug that shit into the Roku. Oh no! Ah! I like slapped my fucking controller out of my hand, dude. I cannot believe how shit the targeting fucked me right there. Good lord. I guess I wasn't pushing the square button, that's cool. Man, I'm fucking cursed. Oh yeah, good shot. It just, you know, went past him. Oh my god, dude. Why wouldn't you fucking dodge, you fucking sack of shit? Please don't give me the fucking spear again, dude. I am well and truly sick of the goddamn spear at this point. Yeah. Yeah. Sword, it's been a little bit. What do we got? This is gonna be a normal attack. Not specials. That's unfortunate. I really prefer the special setup for this sword. We gonna get any boons? Would be real nice if I ended up with a boon. Yeah, lightning on my basic attack would actually be fucking great. Lightning straight into chaos, huh?
Nothing.
Please give me attack. You suck. I hate you a lot. Oh, fucking K game. Jesus Christ. Still no normal attack though. It's pretty great. Could we get it this time?
Hang on, Prince. I owe you one. Olympus, I accept this message.
Yeah, no question there. I saw the thing I wanted and we got it.
The Chaos Bolt switched to a new effect. You're mine. I got a hellfish.
I swear, for me, this game always has a tipping point where, like, I'm happy with it, things are great, and then, like, some dumb shit happens, and then everything pisses me off. Yeah, sure, why not? I love it when he attacks in one direction and I'm in another direction and I get hit. That's my favorite. Why shouldn't it work like that, you know what I mean?
Cheers, Uncle. Oh, good.
Hello? Sure fucking thing, dude. Okay.
Let's get the drop.
Whatever.
Let's hear it, Father.
I thought we had... Okay, so we've got the Darker Thirst, so that's plus 20. Now we've got it plus 110. Okay. I just feel like that was supposed to be worth more than it was. Yay, money. I've got 95 HP, dude.
Get me out of here.
You know what's weird is Dark Cloud 2 is like front loaded with a bunch of amazing music, but then like once you get like really into the game at all, the like later music in that game is not great. Yeah. That, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, that looks like way more than 20%. Maybe I'm wrong and dumb, but it looks like way more than 20%. And I'm okay with it. That's not where I wanted you to go.
The power of the gods.
I hate this.
Consider this a warning.
Warn these nuts.
Idiots.
No use.
Now, do I already have... Yeah, I already have Ocean's Bounty.
I love snakes. Sisyphus. Coming right up. Divine protection.
This boss fight no longer exists. The music, I mean, this is a Pandemonious Flu boss fight, and that's in an ancient dungeon, and those are just not part of the game anymore. Unless they brought them back, fuck, I don't know. I guess it's been a hot minute since I've actually played. Yes, yes. Hey, you! You done? Okay. See you soon. Hey, yeah, you. Bruh, no, that's not doable really right now.
Chaos guide. Most goodness. Sure, why not?
Champions of Elysium, now prove yourselves.
By the way, if she's headed home, that means this is definitely the last run of the day. Oh.
Thank you, mate.
You know what?
That's good. This must be here for me, right?
I have yet to beat Charon because I haven't really fucked around with it, but this is late game, so I'll give it a shot.
Let's go, Charon. Hey, Bobby, here's something else.
Oh shit. I wasn't even using those for protection or anything though, so I think I'll be fine. Ah, shit. Ah, dude, I wasn't paying enough attention. God, get out from under my feet. You know, the fact that that's a pit instead of just, like, part of the floor is actually fucking with me. Oh, fucking shit.
No way, a membership card for me. The build I got from Chaos has no effect.
Oh, dude, I had something going on from Chaos too. I forgot all about that. Me?
In bird.
Brr. You're home sooner than usual. Which is to say on time, which is weird.
Technically, this is still early than it would be. But early by my standards.
Weirdo. I'm a blender.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew there was a possibility.
Blah blah blah.
Give me Athena.
Look, Athena, the only reason you always get chose last is because you're the weakest person. If you weren't such a wiener, you'd get chosen more often. I'm shit talking Athena. She deserves it. She's a wiener. You a buddy.
Rematch.
Blah blah blah. You're kidding. I can't really see him down here.
Finally. It's done alright. Hello, supportive show.
Alright, well I got no Death Defiances left, though. I mean, normally I shouldn't need it, but this is a particularly weak setup.
To the surface.
We might die to Hades, I don't know, we'll see.
Much of father's role.
Watch me not even get that far. That would be pretty sick, wouldn't it?
Use. I can use this. Thunder God's might. Hey, Charon, you're not angry with me after we had it out last time, are you? I mean, I figured since you gave me one of your loyalty cards, must mean everything's fine, but I'm just making sure. Well, that is a relief. It's better. Gotta find something to serve.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do that. And now we should be perfectly fine. I don't foresee any actual problems now. I took a hit there, which means I lost a whole HP. Yeah, this is really what I was hoping for. Partly because, I mean, the resources is great and all, but the biggest issue that I was concerned with was, like, I really, really, really wanted the extra HP. I really, really, really don't care for them tiny rats. Ugh. Ah. Piss off. Oh, that's actually enough to get the other things. Well, Hermes. Man.
Which tunnel?
That's probably not enough to do anything. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go with the palm.
Tower of Olympus. Not now.
None of those options were worth a shit. Yeah, you know what? Again, it's locked. Any concern that I had about potentially going down to Hades has been utterly and completely destroyed. Honestly, there's a good chance I won't even use one Death Defiance, but, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, knowing that none are there is just enough to, like,
Got here as quickly as I
be
could.
a little unnerving.
I wonder more. Darkness.
I hate that.
Darkness.
Man, that shit sure doesn't suck ass. About not going down to Hades, if the game keeps fucking me like this, it's gonna happen.
Darkness.
Or, you know, just keep fucking me over, man. What the fuck? Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you so fucking much, dude. God damn. Everything, please go wrong over and over. Consistently, for the entire fight.
Darkness.
God damn.
You test my patience.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Let's see you run from this.
That's you know, I'm glad that that was my last run for the day. God, dude.
Let's.
What's up, Thrash? No, that run sucked so much fucking ass. That was so deeply, deeply terrible. Yeah, and it's the end of the night for me too, because my lady's home and it's dinner and a movie time and all of that good shit.
This has been Tale and Falls. Somewhere in the middle of all.
Fair enough. Let me, I guess I'll do my usual item and inventory management.
Here's the catch of the day.
Ooh, a whole one. Oh my god, 5 gems. That wasn't even worth giving to him.
Just what I was looking for.
Bruh.
The gemstones then.
He may as well have given me like a bent up paperclip.
Here's the gemstones then. Think I'll take it. Here's the gemstones. Here you go. Here are your keys. Fair and square. Here's the
I have too much stuff. What weapon is next when I come back to this dung heap? Fucking boy. I'm not about it. Anyways, zone so it'll save. And get the hell out of here. Anyway. Check out a little bit of my photography while I ask the usual question and get the usual answer. Is anybody live? No, no one is live. Sounds correct. Have a good one. Dude, I take good fucking photos. Hold on, I'll show you a fucking banger before I go. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Ignore the title on the top left, but believe it or not, I took this picture with like a whack-ass old cell phone. And I don't know how it turned out like this. But like, what can I say, man? I take pictures. I'm a photographer. Here, you know what? Let's go through... I can show you some shit before I leave. Hold on. We'll go through the ones that are specifically set up for my stream. And some of these, like... So, when I say I took this one also with a whack-ass old cell phone, like, this photo here is probably like 15 years old. I took this with a really, really shitty flip phone. In fact, like... So this is an actual picture in snow in Texas, and genuinely, honest to God, what I was trying to take a picture of is how, like, in my grandmother's yard, where there were, like, planters along the porch, it, like, the snow had built up sort of like a crested wall up against the porch. So the actual thing I wanted to take a picture of is not at all visible. But what is visible is fucking wild. Okay, so this was in Chicago. And this, like, perfect sheet of, like, melted and refrozen snow, right, is in between. To the right, there's a fucking, like, AutoZone. And to the left is a McDonald's. Oh, and that little black object in the bottom right, yeah, that's a COVID mask. I didn't even realize that was there until after I'd seen this photo a few times. This is in New Jersey on Long Beach Island. That whole area is fucking gorgeous. This is also on Long Beach Island. This is on, like, I think that this is the north side near the, lighthouse. Also in that area. I love water. This was in Chicago, bro. This was at, like... I took this picture outside of our room at, like, this run-down-ass Studio 6. This is in Jersey. I just thought it was hilarious how crusty this fucking dead end sign was. And because it's like a rundown, crusty dead end sign, I was like, now entering Silent Hill. Yeah, I like taking pictures of plants and landscapes. So this is the one that you just saw. That one, yeah, that one's just kind of alright. This is done at Pike Place Market. It's the gum wall. So at Pike Place Market, there's this like specific alleyway where people just like so apparently the history of this is just to the left of this. There's a door to like a comedy club, and when that comedy club has events going on, people would just like be taking their gum out and like sticking it on the wall, and eventually that just collected up. And after a while, it just kind of became a feature of the area. This is also at Pike Place Market. There's this big-ass deck on... I think this is the north side of it. I love fountains. You point me towards a fountain, I'm about that fountain. Again, I love water. Dude, so... This is at the Seattle Aquarium, and I love this picture because it kind of looks like they're going into the light. It genuinely looks like they're being like, okay, it's time for the fish to go to heaven. Croc-Man pulls them into the afterlife. You know, it really wasn't shot underwater. Like, I'm genuinely not inside of the tank. And, like, you can see a little bit of the reflection on this side. Also aquarium. The aquarium had a lot of good shit. Believe it or not, also at the aquarium. So that's, we actually have a lot of Sakura Blossom trees here. And they're awesome. That's a bunch of Homni snow. Which is basically like if hail wasn't quite big enough to be hail, but instead was like an infinite bag of marbles. Blue bonnets. I took this shot from above. I believe this was with an old shitty cell phone as well. Like, I've got like a really, really, like, I think it's called a G84. Also, a Sakura Blossom tree. I actually laid down on the ground and was like, click. Sometimes you gotta put your body on the line to get the shot. I don't know why these are in this order. Maybe we saw this on our trip to Cali, but this was on a road trip, and yes, the water is actually that color. But I only kept this shot because I really loved the, like, funnel. And I was really surprised that it turned out that solid. Yeah, dude, so this is at a fort in New Jersey that, like, it's a genuine old fort, and it's a historical landmark. You're not allowed to go up on these stairs, but they really should have had signage around that says that you're... So, like, okay, Jersey does Halloween different. We saw a whole lot of fucking yards in Jersey where people just straight up made their own, like, Halloween displays, and they were all like, these people fucking do Halloween different, man. And we actually just, like, randomly stopped by the road, and I was like, I have to take a picture of this. I think that this was also a shop in Jersey. And I didn't necessarily want this lady to be here. Hey, there's my old shitty cell phone again. So that's an actual genuine working set of speakers. I think that that's near Capitol Hill. More aquarium stuff. Yeah, those speakers work and they're fucking loud. That's at the Glass Museum. That's at the aquarium. These are... Oh, okay, so these are just, like, largely out of order. Aquarium, contemporary art hates you. This was an accident. So, you can barely see it, but this right here is a boat, and I was about to take a picture of the boat when this fucking photo bomber dove in, and I was like, alright, fuck you, I'm gonna get a click of you, and then it turns out to be one of the best photos I've ever taken in my fucking life. Cause, like, I could not have asked for this to turn out better. Sea of Red. Very, very bright. The flora in this area is wild. Believe it or not, this is all one tree. The roots are goddamn massive beneath the dirt. There's a lot of trees like that out here. I think that was at North Creek Park. It is like just these long ass. So these are actually wetlands. I know that this just looks like dense grass, but under that it's like maybe 1.5 feet of water and like marsh. And so they have these like wooden platforms that go through. They're really dope. A lot of the places out here. This is inside one of the train stations. And, like, the autistic kid in me loves this because there's, like, a discernible pattern, but at the same time it does things to break up that pattern, and that's just, delicious. This is actually... So, before you even get to the Glass Museum, this is the bridge to the Glass Museum, and you don't have to pay to see this shit. That is just, like, an endless well of pieces of glass that are just hanging out in the top of this bridge. There's also a glass botanical garden out here. This is also at the Glass Museum. Glass Museum. Yeah, all of this shit is glass. All of these are glass, bro. This is not glass. These are just roadside. Like, none of these are in a nature preserve. I don't have the kind of money required to go to a nature preserve. Goose. Ducks, baby ducks. Oh, this is just behind Bothell Landing. This frog is like fucking like that big. Like you see that little bit of fuzz on top of it? That's a single strand of cottonwood. That is how fucking tiny this frog is. Again, I love fountains, I love waterfalls. Water dynamics just are my favorite. I liked this shot a lot because, like, the color of the lighting from above, because it was like a cloudy day, is not the same lighting that you see from below. So on top you've got that, like, bluish color, and on bottom you've still got the, like, normal lush green color. That is also the same area at Bothell Landing. This is just a random tunnel out here. Tunnels out here are just decorated. It's very uncommon for you to just see a normal fucking tunnel out here. This is just a straight up wall of English ivy. Which they're talking about, like, doing something to prevent English ivy from growing out here, and I hate that idea because the English ivy looks good. I'm pretty sure that this was at the Botanical Garden. In fact, that checks out because there's the two different varieties of flower here. The paintings changed all the time. Sick. Alright, yeah, like, I was out bike riding at, like, what, maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. This is just off of one of the trails that, like, kind of dips into a valley, and it was just foggy, and I thought it looked fucking cool. These are all over the place out here. Rain on plants is amazing. I really like getting like the close-up shots of stuff like this. And I also like seeing like complexities in images like these. So okay, I don't remember what the park is called, but there's this park where there's this large building it's a museum, but it's an ever-changing museum. It changes themes all the time. At this point, it was the Japanese Culture Museum. And, like, this piece is about, like, people of all, like, backgrounds getting together to make something amazing. B. That was at the Waterworks Park, which is a bit of a misnomer. There were no waterworks there. Berries. In the spring to early summer, I think, these are everywhere out here. And, like, people will, like, literally just be, like, walking around with, like, a satchel and just fill it with these. This was also at the Waterworks. I don't remember the name of this park, but we were at an Ivar's when I shot these photos of these. It's just a big-ass group of ducks under this seafood restaurant. Piter. I wish I knew what more of these plants were called, but I thought that these looked fucking dope, so I took that shot. I'll be honest, I don't know what this red back here is. I believe these are hydrangeas. Viv loves this shit. Tiny little waterfall at the Japanese Botanical Garden. Hydrangeas. I have no idea what these flowers are called, but they look dope. More water on plants. These are like 3 different varieties of plants growing within a sea of another variety of plant. Yeah, that doesn't look real, but I promise you it is.
Can confirm Viv loves hydrangeas.
Why you closed doors?
Because I was frying.
This is near a dope-ass waterfall. This is the Snoqualmie River. And this is just below this waterfall, right? And people just, like, swim here, and, like, the whole area is just, like, it's just super serene and pleasant. I don't remember what these things are called. I used to know. Yet another extremely complicated tree. Those are all lily pads. More spider. I loved this one because you can see the tiny little droplets on the web. I do kind of wish that, like, I'd been able to get this at an angle where this wasn't here, but the rest of the shot is really, really good. More duck. Log Boom Park. Yeah, man, like, I mean, I don't know, like, what it is. I definitely do have a good sense for, like, what is a good thing to take photos of. But I don't know if I told you about this, but there's a relatively famous park out here. I say out here, it's pretty fucking far away, but it's like within range, right? Called Gasworks Park. The reason I say it's relatively famous is it's pretty common for Gasworks Park to be featured in movies. If you've ever seen, it's like a teen drama movie called 10 Things I Hate About You. If you've ever seen it, there's a scene in there where they're like doing a paintball activity where they have like softball sized paintballs. That's at Gasworks Park. Well, I end up going out there, and this is a Christmas event that was being set up, by the way. I end up going out there, and I run into a couple of ladies, so a younger woman at a rack of dresses with an older woman wearing one of those dresses walking down the main thoroughfare trying to take pictures of herself with her phone. So I assume, oh, okay, they're trying to model these dresses. I'll help out, or I'll offer my help. So, you know, I've got my good camera with me, and I do have a good, proper camera. This was taken with said camera. And, you know, I was like, hey, so would you like me to help by, you know, like, I can take pictures, got a good camera with me. And they were like, yeah, we would love that. So I'm with them taking pictures, and what I expect is I'm going to take pictures of this older lady wearing these dresses. Cool, sounds great. What I didn't expect is like 12 more experienced models and like 6 other photographers to show up. Oh, and a videographer. So that's how I ended up in my first model shoot. I actually have photos of that too. Hold on. Yeah, and like, it was like, so like my process here was I was just shutterbugging. I was just like I would let them do whatever poses came natural to them, and I would just hold down the button and let it click, 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 click. I do not remember her name, but I mean, how many of her? So this gorgeous lass, her name is Zanea, and she and I got along so well. Like, on top of taking pictures and everything, we were just chit-chatting, like, talking about life, talking about where we're from, things we've seen in the country, just talking like we'd been friends the whole time. And because of that, like, there's this photo that she and another photographer wanted to take where they wanted to like lift up part of her dress and then sort of like have her move and have the other person like kind of toss a bit of the skirt in another direction, so it looked like an action shot. And what she said, like, we had gotten along so well that what she said was that the way that he worded it made it sound a little uncomfortable, and so she wanted me to do the thing with the dress because she trusted me, and that made me feel so fucking good, bruh. But yeah, I don't use those for my stream. These are the ones I use for my stream. Yeah, I was just walking, like I told you before, like, my sleep schedule is like wishy-washy. Like, I could go a couple of weeks where I'm awake through the night, and then a couple of weeks where I'm awake through the day. My sleep schedule tends to cycle forward. At this point in time, I was walking around at night because it was the best time that I could, you know, get in my steps. And I don't know what it is, man. I really like taking pictures of really, really busy streets when there's nobody on them. This is a ridiculously old photo. Like, over a decade old. I want to say this is probably also this is probably also in Chicago. So, this was a roommate's, like, little metal... I guess it was this supposed to be a cage? What was this supposed to be? All I know is it had the droplets on it, and I thought it looked dope, so I took a picture of it.
I'm not sure, because I can't... we're too zoomed in for me.
Well... This is that, like, I'm telling you, this was like a main street. Like, this was a busy, busy, busy motherfucker, but at night there was nobody on it. And so, for whatever reason, to me, that makes this a really cool photo. But it's also neat to, like, for me to have, like, it's mostly dark, but then you have this, like, lit path. Yeah, again, the flora out here is crazy. God, I love this shade of purple, bro. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah, this is another. It's weird because this is an off street and at another intersection that's sort of further off of that main road, but this particular intersection is always super busy too. You know what's funny? I had taken a picture of this road before I knew Piper lived in that direction. But yeah, that is that street.
Yeah.
So this was also at night. There's a street light directly above this, and I wanted to get this shot with like it being mostly dark and just a little bit coming through. There is public art on buildings all over the fucking place out here. And I wish I could put something on this photo crediting the artist, but I don't know who the artist is. More water. Oh, this was in Paulsbo. There's just a shitload of birds flying around. Boats, piers, more hydrangeas. So Paulsbo has a lot of like little free museums. Like totally free. You can just walk in and be like, hey, I'd like to see this shit. And I'd be like, okay. And that was one of them. This is just like a row of houses on this stone wall coming onto the island. These are all pictures taken from the ferry, I think. Oh man, okay. I don't know. You said North Carolina. So this was taken in a little tiny town in California at like 4 a.m. This the town is called Weed. And they had this little, and like when I say tiny town, I mean like genuinely, there's like 3 roads.
At the entrance of the town, you could see the exit of the town.
Yeah.
Right.
It is so dope. These are just like giant hills that you can like. So, we went to California for her classes. And we drove there from here instead of her flying because, like, you know, recent events. The FAA and the ATC have been gutted, and so it's never been more dangerous to fly than it is right now. So we decided to drive, and you see this kind of stuff all over the place when you're driving between there and here. This is at Long Beach, California. Do not let the photos you're about to see fool you. This is the most depressing waterfront on the planet. Dude, I really wish I'd gotten that more centered, but this is still a really dope shot. This bird has 1 leg, and this bird does not give a fuck. I was like right up in his shit, and he was just chilling. Yeah, it's Bothell downtown. This is, again, just normally an incredibly busy area, but it was at like 3 a.m, so nobody was there. And, still really, really... I don't understand why this area is so incredibly well lit, even at 3 a.m. This is Log Boom at, like, I think that this is 4 a.m.? I do not remember where this bridge was. Actually, I have a guess, but I don't remember what that area is called. Oh no, yeah, this is definitely that day, so yeah, I know where this is, I just don't remember what the area is called. Some of the time, like, see, this green algae, as far as I know, this is fine, but sometimes we'll get orange algae, and that shit is extremely toxic. Just more snow-covered shit. We get snow out here a bunch. Snow couch. 2 reclining chairs. I don't know why this was here. Yeah, dude, I love water. I love water shots. No, this was just like out of a window at the building that we lived at recently. So this is just like a bit of tree that broke off the top of another tree that's just hanging across several trees. Yeah. Here's a good water reflection shot. There's a lot of that around here, dude. There's water all over the place out here. There's waterfalls all over the place out here. Genuinely, this place is so amazing. Before we lived here, I never thought, man, I really do need to buy myself a nice several $100 camera. I really liked how this doesn't, like, this photo doesn't look like real water. but it is, though. This is a chandelier in a Chinese buffet back in Texas. I do not remember which one. China King, maybe?
No.
It doesn't really matter. That one's back in Jersey. There's a very, very, very mossy, seaweedy rock. Pig! That's at Pike Place Market. I think that's an owl. But it's been long enough that I don't remember. So, okay. This is a cemetery. How would you know? Yeah, it just has a fucking putting range in the cemetery. Yeah. And there's like the wall of dead golfers, and there's a fucking set of putters at the wall of dead golfers. No ball! No fucking golf ball, but there's putters in case you brought your golf ball with you, I guess. These berries were genuinely this color. I did not do anything to alter this photo. I don't know why they're this color. Yeah. You got me. Genuinely, like, all of these photos are au naturel. I have done nothing to alter any of these photos, with the exception of cropping. And actually, these are at a lower color scale than normal, because I use OpenView and I bump all of the color caps down to 256 to save on file space, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to fit all of these onto the layout. So there's this like weird section of hills in this area that has like a walkthrough, but like it goes way down and then it goes way up again, and these are the stairs going down. This is a metal frog that some rando made this giant fuck off metal frog and put it on a fence, and that motherfucker is on Google Maps. Like, you can find where the metal frog lives. That's the Gasworks Park again. I'm pretty sure. What is Sammamish River? Yes, the Sammamish River. This is not far from the Metal Frog, but this area is also usually very busy, so of course it was empty and I took a picture. This is just a random water feature on the road in Redmond. Okay. This is good music for what we're looking at right now. I still can't remember what these things are called. I'm annoyed that I can't remember what they're called. More water reflection. I could have sworn, hold on. I feel like there's a shot that we didn't see. And it would have been somewhere around here. Hold on. 1 second. No. There we go. I don't know why that doesn't appear to be in the list. I'm gonna have to do something about that. So this also kind of looks like it would have been in like a really naturey area, but believe it or not, this is in the middle of downtown, and the two most main roads are to my left and right behind me. I think it's hilarious that people can't see, like people that don't have the ability to notice AI, AI generated photos. The people that can't tell blow my mind. 'Cause look, in photography, there's no such thing as a perfect scenario, right? So, any time that you take like a shot like this, the reason it is what it is because I had to choose a very specific angle to get, like, most of the time when I'm choosing an angle when I'm taking a photo, it's not because I want to catch the right angle on the item, it's because I want to exclude shit that I do not want to appear in the photo. It's like you might see like a really nice area in a park, but the trash can is right over there still too, so you want to try to find an angle where you don't see the trash can. Now, this is that kind of scenario where, like, if I hadn't chosen this specific angle, you'd see cars and roads. Anyway. Hey, no worries. But yeah, that's what all of this is. Like, you know, when I've got the background has always got some shit going on. And like, when I've got a game going, like here, I'll launch Hades so you can see what's going on. On the top, bottom, and the left, it's always visible. So like, it's always cycling through all of the backgrounds or all of my photography. There's nothing about my layout that I did not make myself. And so you see how like the background, I think it changes every 45 seconds? I don't remember what I set it to. 15 seconds apparently. I overshot by a bunch. But yeah. That's the whole photo tour. Anyway. Yeah. That was like a half an hour of me not eating dinner. How is it? It probably would have been better if you cooked it like a week ago. Hey, no worries, man. Have a good one. Yeah, you're right.
Follow the leader?
I am not. Damn it. Really? That is the silliest shit. What the fuck just... No, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Nah, man, I'm ignoring this I am ignoring that shit.
Hey.
That was dumb as hell.
Play follow the leader?
I just went out of bounds and died.